Some of you maybe know who I am, maybe some of you don't, and some of you are probably wondering why I got this funny stuff on my face, but I'm going to be a grandpa in a month, so when that's done, then I'm going to shave. But just to let some of you people that I've known for years know that that's what my thought and process is here. I happen to be the lucky one this year that took over from Matt Hotzler. I think Matt's here, aren't you, Matt? I thought I just saw him, yeah. Matt, been the East River MAC chairman for the last 2 years, so our managers group is of all the member systems, and I got the privilege of taking that over. So thanks for all the family and friends and dignitaries here today. I see we even got Christy Fegan, South Dakota PUC Commissioner. Boy, Jeff, you pulling clout, I tell you. It's impressive. That's impressive. And then Gladys over here, Jeff's mother's over here on the corner. You can see Gladys over there. You can wave at us. All right. And I think if I remember right, Jeff, Gladys just celebrated this week sometime. I had it. Yesterday, Gladys celebrated her birthday, so happy birthday, Gladys. Very good, very good. There you go. You know, there's an old ancient proverb that says, she who has more birthdays tends to live longer. There you go. You're doing excellent, young lady. You're doing excellent. But Jeff and Trudy, 40 years of working here. You know, I've had the privilege of working with Jeff for, it'll be 31 years for me in July of this year. So, I'm a little bit distraught, Jeff, because I circulated a card around amongst all the managers. You've done this for all the years you've been a manager at East River, circulating around. As we've had managers retire, we circulated around. People put cash in and that kind of stuff, so I got a little bit of travel money. And I thought about it. I thought, dang it. I've been the one that's around longest, putting the most money into this, and I'm giving it out to you, and you're going out the door. I don't know on this deal, but we do have a card here from our managers group. A long history of working with Jeff from my perspective. I was very fortunate. The co-op that Gladys and Jeff's family has a long history and legacy with was Turner Hutchinson Electric Cooperative. Of course, we formed Southeastern now, and so I know all the history. I got to see Jeff's dad's notes from way back when they organized the pool and all the community involvement and activity, and Jeff has carried that legacy on here, and I'm sure your dad would be extremely proud of that, and I appreciate that. But as a current MAC chairman, Jeff, I do have some travel money for you here, so I'll bring that, have you come over here and I'll give that to you. And then also, to plagiarize a little bit, Adam Schwartz, who does Cooperative Way, talked about that to plagiarize is still one person's idea. Research is if you steal many persons' ideas. So Carrie Law is here, and then Sandy. Where's Sandy at? Sandy Layton? Where's she? In the back of the room back here. I tasked those two. Carrie had given me the idea of putting together some material, Jeff, and what we did here, okay, pull that out for me. What we did here is we asked all the managers, and I rode the trail hard on this one. I said, you got to get me some information and letters for Jeff. And so what we did is we put together a material here of all the East River managers and some retired managers, submitted some letters and documents and just information. Some of them might be funny stories, some of them might be sad moments that you shared together, or other moments that were awkward and whatever it may be. Who knows what they might be, Jeff, but we figured this would be a great item for you and Trudy to take and use that to reflect on your history and your excellent relationship you've had amongst East River Managers Group here over the years. So, and last but not least of the items that I got here, Jeff was at our annual meeting in Lenox this year for Southeastern, and we celebrated our 75th, and we presented Jeff with a plaque. I think you see the picture right when we came up here, so I like to see that where Jeff's holding up the plaque of prior board, which his dad was on with the old Turner Hutch. Southeastern Electric Cooperative this year, to reminisce our 75 years, I got all of our employees a cedar box here that kind of talks about, and on the front it says delivering value for 75 years. And I think Jeff, in wrapping up my comments here, for nearly 40 years, you're this close, so we're going to call it 40 years of providing service to East River and us and our member systems. I'm extremely pleased to present these things from our managers group and Southeastern Electric Cooperative on behalf of our group there. So congratulations from that perspective, Jeff. there's those items. At this time, I think what I will do is turn it over to the new general manager at East River Electric, Tom Boyko, and Tom will have a few comments while Jeff is perusing the book that we put together for him here. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. First, I want to thank Jeff. He spent the last month trying to teach me everything from the beginning of the co-ops in the 1940s to today. Please don't test me on any of that. Jeff really believed in the co-op principles. He just lives and breathes East River, and it's been nice to work with him. You know, one of the things on co-op principles and with East River, he talks about transparency and really believes in that. So, you know, Jeff and board of directors, Jeff has been coasting the last couple of days. He came in a little bit late here this morning. Let's touch it up. I have a letter here from one of our main power suppliers, the Western Area Power Administration. The administrator sent a letter I'd like to read quick. On behalf of the Western Area Power Administration, I would like to thank you, Jeff, for nearly 40 years of service and outstanding contributions to the invaluable relationship between Western and East River. Your exceptional leadership, particularly in a changing industry, ensures East River is well positioned for many years to come. Your hard work, continued diligence, and thoughtful management has greatly benefited your peers and all fixed loan customers. I am honored to have been able to work with you in my time at Western, and I wish you all the same successes on your next endeavors. Mark Gabriel. So, thank you.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming out for this important afternoon. You know, Brad said it's been just a skosh short of 40 years that Jeff's been here. And we had a little event out in Denver at Christmas time, a little before Christmas, where there were a couple people who were retiring, and Jeff was one of them. And the other one is the fellow that managed Heartland Consumer Power District out here in the edge of town. And Mike McDowell is a guy that we've known for a long time. Mike has been in a number of roles throughout his career, and some people were making a little bit of fun of Mike about having had so many jobs. But when it was my turn to talk, I wanted to point out that Mike was wanted by a lot of people. Hal Nelson could only get one job, so he stayed for 40 years. I can say that now because his time is limited. Tom has already given me full immunity. So I'm in pretty good shape. Well, Jeff, one of the privileges that comes with being able to represent this fine district in Pierre is I do have an opportunity to get some special requests honored. And one of the special requests that we made was this proclamation. I'd just like to read this to you. This is an executive proclamation of the state of South Dakota, the office of the governor. Whereas South Dakota was founded with hard work, perseverance, dedication to duty, and concern for others, and each of these attributes can be ascribed to Jeffrey L. Nelson, who is retiring after 40 years of service with East River Electric Power Cooperative. And whereas Jeff joined East River Power Cooperative in 1974 and was appointed general manager in 1990, and whereas Jeff was selected for numerous leadership roles with key industry groups including Midwest Electric Consumers Association, National Rural Electric Cooperative, G&T Managers Association, National Water Resources Association, Western States Power Corporation, and the American Public Power Association. And whereas Jeff was instrumental in launching the ethanol industry and the development of renewable energy in South Dakota by leading the creation of the South Dakota Rural Enterprise Incorporated, the Rural Electric Economic Development Fund, and the South Dakota Value Added Agricultural Development Center. And whereas Jeff was recognized by South Dakota State University as a Distinguished Engineer in 2009, its Distinguished Alumni in 2011, and was inducted into the South Dakota Cooperative Hall of Fame in 2011. In 2013, Jeff was awarded the East River Distinguished Service Award and the Fred G. Symington Award. And whereas it is fitting and proper as governor to make a special note of this outstanding South Dakotan, now therefore, I, Dennis Dugard, Governor of the State of South Dakota, do hereby declare February 28, 2014 as Jeffrey L. Nelson Day in South Dakota, and I join his family and friends and colleagues in offering best wishes for an enjoyable retirement. Signed by Dennis Dugard, Governor. Mr. Hoffman has arrived. Would you like to have the mic?
Maybe just for a minute, that's all right.
That's more than all right.
Hello, I'm Brad Hoffman from Senator Tim Johnson's office, and Tim also wanted to send a note to Jeff on this day, so I'll quickly I'll read this congressional record statement that is recorded in the congressional record for posterity. Mr. President, I rise today to congratulate Jeff Nelson on his well-earned retirement after nearly 40 years of service at East River Electric Cooperative in Madison, South Dakota, including 23 years as general manager. Jeff's wealth of knowledge and friendly demeanor have helped him develop close relationships with his colleagues and with community leaders throughout our state. He's been a tireless advocate for the population served by East River and deeply engaged in discussions of energy and economic development policy for decades. As he's worked with me and my staff over the years, his input has always been appreciated and valued. He leaves behind an undeniable legacy of thoughtful and progressive leadership. Jeff's work has left a mark on many facets of energy policy. Under his tenure as general manager, East River has received national recognition, being named the 2013 Wind Energy Cooperative of the Year by the Energy Department. He undertook the daunting task of establishing a load management system, the largest in the world at the time of its implementation. He also looked out for the unique interests of rural South Dakota in discussions of hydropower access and in helping the ethanol industry gain a foothold. It's also important to note the vital economic development work that Jeff has been involved in through the Rural Electric Economic Development, or REED, Fund. The REED Fund has been crucial for the establishment and expansion of many South Dakota businesses, and his work in this area has facilitated an improved rural economy. He's been active in public service in his personal time as well, using his expertise to make continued contributions to his community and our state. This service includes serving as chair of the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association's Power and Water Resources Committee and board president of the South Dakota Wind Energy Association, among other commitments. Beyond his commendable career, I also take this opportunity to thank Jeff and his wife Trudy for their years of friendship to me and Barbara. It was also a pleasure having Jeff and Trudy's son, Eric, serve as a valuable member of my staff for many years. Though he'll be missed at East River, I know that Jeff will continue to be engaged in policymaking and service projects. Once again, I'm pleased to recognize Jeff for his many years of service to the people of South Dakota and applaud him for his exemplary career. Thanks.
I was promised there wasn't going to be a program, so I'm not prepared. Which means, rather than 30 minutes, I'll probably go 45 minutes. For all the folks that worked with me and put up with me for a very long time, that's not as funny as it sounds. Brad, what a great couple of gifts, and what a fine memento this will be. I was thinking this morning that the last picture that is in this book, and stop by and take a look at it, is the 5 senior managers here. We had a picture taken for our Christmas card with goofy hats on, and what a better remembrance of this place than that, and the management staff, for sure. There's so many good friends from the community, great friends from a long career that have been so special to Trudy and I. It's hard to say thank you all for being here on what is really a day of celebration for us, at least for me. Yeah, exactly. And Brad recognized my mother. She is at an age where you celebrate, for sure, as we all do, our birthdays. But yesterday she was 90 years young. Yesterday, 91. That was I'm starting to slip. It's easy. Yeah.
We're counting down now.
Yeah. And our son, who just turned 23, is here. And our daughter Kate, who is on her way here, is going to be here in a little bit. Have them part of this celebration is terrific. Although the kind of friends that you have in this business keep you humble. I hadn't seen these pictures, but Steve Erpenbach from SDSU comes through the line and says, "Boy, those pictures are great. Trudy keeps them. Can show those at the funeral, and it'll be just." Actually, that's not a bad idea. Got Jim Gessick, but I need to point to a fellow that was one of my early teachers in Marion High School, a good long time ago, and ended up with a long career with Turner Hutchison Electric as well. So really a special person. Virgil Ellerbrook is here, a fellow that put up with me as a double E in SDSU a good long while ago, and got me set off in the right direction for sure. Virgil, it's very nice that you're here today, and so many of you that I have worked for and with. What a great celebration it is today. And Brad, I will use that. Over the years I have done my share, and you have too. I was going to ask, and I'm hopeful that knowing the crew that shows up and puts those kind of contributions in there, I hope there were no checks in there, were there?
They wrote them out to me, Jeff, so.
Yeah. Oh, all right, you took the problem. Thank you very much. I want to also recognize there's a lot of directors that served on East River's board. There's many directors that have served on member services boards, member systems boards that are here today as well. But, I do want to particularly recognize Bevan Wainwright. Wayne served at the head of the table for East River as its board president for a good number of years, along with Jim, who has stepped into those shoes a few years ago. But in addition, as all of you have been as very strong supporters professionally, also very good friends. I think the dean of the bunch here today is Bob Marks in Maryland over here. I was telling Bob, he and my dad were great friends. My dad would have been, 93 this year. And has been gone for a good long while. But I remember as a kid that my dad would throw me in the car and we'd go up and go duck hunting or goose hunting or hunting something with Bob Marks. Yep. And Bob had a great career as manager of McCook Electric, and I got to say, when he and Marilyn showed up, the party started, which was really, really true. Many people from associations, some of my good friends from the Farmers Union, Doug Samke, Wayne Sorum, and some others are here, Carla. Just so many great people, longtime friend. One of the few South Dakotans has been appointed by 3 or 4, how many presidents?
3 at least.
3 presidents of the United States to positions in the federal government. Dallas Tansager, is Dallas still here? Oh, there's Dallas over there. A fellow that has just been such a great friend personally and professionally, and has held such high office, so important to the state, Dallas. Without folks like you, we just wouldn't succeed. Enough of that rambling. I have to end this by saying, though, that of all of the folks, I see my buddy Greg Van Wald over there too, from MTI. What a great guy he has been, and look forward to continuing to work for him. But I got to finish this by saying probably the strongest partner, not probably, the strongest partner I've got is my wife right here. And She's the one that's put up with me when I come home frustrated, and I've done so a lot of times, and she has just always been by my side. 40, how many, 42 years?
Coming up.
After the 91-year deal, I'm giving up on this. Something in the 40s, I'm not sure how many, but and I see Kate is here. Kate, why don't you and Eric come up here for a minute? Got our good neighbors from the lake here, so many so many good friends. Daughter Kate just showed up. Let her out of that first grade class down in Harrisburg. So, on behalf of the Nelson family, you have been the best that we could have asked for. Thank you so very much.